The spring backpack includes various flowers, full instructions, and you've got the body of the bag, which you need to cut twice in felt. You've got facings, which you also cut twice in felt. And you have got the choice between the squiggly lines, which I used for my bag on the outside, or you could just use the straight lines. Alternatively, of course, you could cut a little scallop into that one. Then you need to cut your base twice in felt. And then once you cut the base in a plastic, I used a cutting board to make it nice and firm. And here we are, my sewing course.
Finished.
Find yourself some nice felt that you like. Cut out some flowers, which you apply first to your bag, if that's the version you want to do. And there you go. I've used a triple stitch, which is really nice to go around all of this. And then I would do the stems next, and then after that I would do the leaves.
Another version of this is to do it like that. So what you do is you put your yellow felt on the outside. It could go on the inside as well. It doesn't really matter with felt. And then put your machine on number 18 if you're using a Janome, and then you triple stitch all the way around. You can do this in a contrast colour or in the same colour. And then you line up the edge with the gap in here, and you just go backwards and forwards all the way around. Make sure you stop on the forward stitch and then move it, and then keep moving it round. Cutting out. So if you want to have a scrunchie flower to go on there, so what you need to do is you can fold your flower over and fold it over again like that, and then you just sew across there. The other flower's already on. Maybe not such a brilliant idea. Oops, never mind. Like that. And then go through to the other end. There, and we can open out the flower. So it's nice and sort of like that. Come back up. And then I can sew a heart button on the top. Like so. Look at that. That's very nice. And secure it. Oops. And then that, you can do it a bit nicer than this, in fact, can go on there.
And here's an example also of Sarah's flowers, layered, which I really like. And next we are going to top stitch around the handle, and we again do that in a triple stitch. What's really important here is that you make sure that every time you lift your presser foot to turn, that you actually have the needle facing down. And I really like the flowers with a little bit of lace as well that are just peeping out on the left hand side there. Now we're going to zigzag over the edges. So I've got my side seams together and we just zigzag them together, and what that does, it gives it a really nice shape.
Very lovely. Yes, I like that. Yes, I'm quite proud of that.
Now the other side is a little bit more tricky, and Sarah was right to be really proud of herself, because it's not easy to go down that way with the zigzag. Regardless of whether you've got your facing on the in or the outside, or use no facing as I'm doing here, you do want to do a really pretty stitch all the way around. It gives it firmness. Now we just have to put the base in. So you mark the centers and the sides, and then you line up your base with that and pin it all the way around, and then we have to just stitch it in. That's really tricky, that stitching in, so don't worry if you get a few pleats, it'll still look good. Take your time going all the way around, and make sure your needle is down when you turn your fabric. Make sure you have no pleats underneath it, keep moving it round. And there you can see what that looks like from the inside. So all we need to do now is put our base in so that it's a little bit firmer and we can actually put something inside it. So I'm using cutting boards, which I got from Asda. They're only about $2.50 for a 3-pack. So if you are in America, I'm sure there's something similar that you could buy. and cat gives a really nice base to all sorts of bags. Then you want to apply some textile glue or just normal glue, or glue gun is also good, some glue on there. Put that plastic base over the top, and then you want to put another layer of glue around the edges. And out comes the really interesting part, is getting this into the bag without getting the glue all over, and I didn't quite manage that, but it's good enough. And anyway, textile glue dries clear, so it doesn't really matter too much. So it's in, so you press that down. So all we have to do now is to cut out our handle. So I leave 5mm standing all the way around, and your bag's actually finished. It's a super quick thing to do, and I'm sure that your girl will really love this. So Charlie did hers with a facing on the inside, so this is what it should look like. Then my bag had the facing on the outside, or indeed you could use no facing at all. So if you're ready to make your own bag, pop across to craftsy.com or my website and download the free pattern. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.